Alright, we are live. Mika, you might need to refresh your browser. It looks like you fell off of the player list on Foundry.
Working on it.
No problem.
Should be.
Yeah, it looks good now. Alright. So, hello everybody in stream. My internet explorers, welcome to my world. Last we left off, the party had found themselves traveling to the life tree, where they got into a bit of a tussle with the Order of the Eyes after exploring the depths of the life tree, finding it filled with corrupting crystals. The fight was fairly heavily in the favor of the party, who quickly dispatched the enemies, one fleeing, the other self-destructing in order to try and do something, having thought that they had more or less achieved their goals. Immediately afterwards, Onaker found a way to at least put a stop to some part of what they were doing, but they had gotten quite a bit of what they were trying to do done in the process. But with the Order of the Eyes once again defeated, the party made their way back to the camp of Yurts and Trees, the small hippie encampment at the center of Narth, surrounded by cherry trees filled with yurts and various hippies. Upon returning, Mika prepared some tea. Valin, Meep, and Graveheart sort of worked together to throw some food together. And Onakur and Bay had a moment where they sort of smoked a bowl, and Vindane dropped some knowledge on them. As we pick up, we will zoom in as Onakur and Bay sort of rejoin as everybody begins to partake of the prepared food. I'm assuming that it's a more natural spread than something you might get in a city with, like, foraged greens, maybe some fish, probably some of your apples that you're trying to work your way through. Just the things that you guys have sitting around, seasoned up real well. At this point, you're all fairly used to preparing meals for yourself. And there's certainly enough to go around for everyone after everybody pitched in. Um, as we pick up, Vindane sort of grabs an apple off the table and takes a big crunch out of it. He sits down and says, "So, that was pretty fucked up back there. I haven't been caught off guard like that before."
Oh, there's
I
a
don't
first
think
time
it would
for
be too easy
everything.
to sneak up on a god.
Probably shouldn't let it happen again. That didn't seem safe.
Yeah, they might be able to pull it off again, though, all things considered. They used a summoning ritual. My own religion used against me.
Is that like one of those back and forth things like with genies, all that magical power but not too much living space?
I guess it's kind of like untold deity powers, esoteric bullshit rules.
Uh,
Aspected flavoral bonuses. For me, that's insanity.
easy to
On a
see.
day's work.
He sort of leans on the table, like putting his chin in his hand as he crunches at the apple. It's sort of happening to you too, though. I imagine it'll be slower with sort of the way that you're going about it. Most people have the power first, and then all of the other shit follows. You kind of have the means and are building the power. I don't know.
Hey, Rose, would you say Isolde is out and about?
She doesn't like crowds.
All right.
I don't exactly have the craziest aspirations of ascending anytime soon, so I guess it's a bit slow going because it's not exactly the highest on my agenda. I didn't have some sort of crazy love story to drive me to become a god like some people did.
That's why you'll be the best one. No offense to anybody else.
he rolls.
Alright.
He rolls his eyes behind his skeleton mask. It's just interesting to see the effect that being aspected after music could have on somebody.
Well, if there is anything that really truly does drive me, I've got to say, music is in every aspect of my life. Hell, most of the time I dream music. If it's something that's that powerful, I can't help but believe it could help me ascend. So, if that's in any way truly possible, then I'll shred to the heavens.
You could be a huge inspiration to all musicians and bards, Oniker.
It's sort of woven into your being.
Are you going to have hymns? That would be cool.
I prefer hers, but
Yeah. It's. I mean, I guess it does make sense. I do have two gods for parents. And apparently, you were just helped to use. You were just used as a aid to break one out of prison, Moon Prison.
yeah, it's been a couple thousand years I've tried to keep her up there. Just recently, I blew up a whole body just fucking fighting her back. She ate somebody.
I wonder what that's going to do to the world.
New beachfront property.
Something like that.
I'm sure as you're all talking, you sort of look to the sky, and there's just streaks as, like, chunks of the moon sort of, like, burn up, falling towards the surface of Narth.
Looks like the shit hit the fan. Or at least it's coming towards us.
Really worried
I hope
about the
none of the
people in the
bigger-
capital and what they think of this.
Anakor is gonna make
Can
a
you
wish on one of the disintegrating meteorites of moon, like a shooting star. He's just gonna close his eyes.
Wait, do we have to worry about them falling to the ground? All those pieces?
Probably not all of them, but I imagine at least the crystal chunks will probably make it. They usually survive anything.
I used to know a chicken that would tell of a day that would happen. He was very scared.
Did he say where it landed? Or where it would land?
No. He just kept running around crying the sky is falling. Everybody was laughing at him.
Well, that's kind of mean.
Yeah.
The people of the Bakan Peninsula are not well known for their bravery.
Well, I don't believe that. I believe some of, I mean, everyone has a bit of bravery in them. They just need to find it.
Well, I didn't actually really know them. I read a book about them.
Well, it's sort of physical poetry or whatever, right? Like they say you're a chicken when you're afraid. Chicken folks, not exactly the bravest.
That seems very speciesist.
I
They
mean,
perpetuate their own stereotypes.
Not far from the truth, though.
I've seen them break that norm, but it's much like how your people, looking at Mika, aren't well known for leaving their burrows, or the general vicinity of their burrows.
True. That is a stereotype that's true. We like to stay around our burrows.
But then there are those that break
The top
those.
one is very scary.
For example, we have Mika here, who's traveling the world.
Will I be in a book one day to inspire another little mouse to go out? That would be awesome.
Perhaps if we succeed. For if we don't, none of us will remember anything that's happened recently.
I'll make
Maybe I
sure
should
to
learn how to
bring a
write.
little earworm for you.
Could I get that one more time?
We both were talking, so I don't know.
Yeah.
I think it's something
what-
about your
what did-
arm.
What did Mika say?
Oh, I was saying, maybe I should learn to write so I can write it myself.
That would be
Ooh,
a good step
I-
towards having written word of your tale. But if we don't succeed in at least what Valin has planned, we will see time rewind.
again, huh? I've heard that we've been in many cycles.
We jump forward in time, kinda.
Well, the creator, Gald, he tires of the bickering of everyone beneath him. And he has repeated us nigh on eternity. We keep coming to this same loop. And I've done my best to try and fix things, change little things. Every time I seem to send Valin here off on some sort of wild adventure, but nothing that we seem to do seems to ultimately change anything in the end. It's us,
Oh,
us and the Order of
Sorry.
the Eyes. Because the Order of the
So,
Eyes,
we've all been here before?
well, not all of you. Like I said, little things change. Some of you take different paths, and some of you haven't even been here before. But
God.
even the
All
order,
right.
even the Order of the Eyes has been seeking to stop the repetition. But obviously, their goals are not quite as life-sustaining, I suppose, is a good way to put it.
Is there a place where we have not been before on our adventure in these cycles? Maybe we could go there.
Well, your journey changes quite a lot between each iteration, and I myself can't even parse the veil to remember back into each reality. Things come and go from my mind like brief sparking motes. But I know often you don't make your way to the southeast.
And that is where the chicken people are, the chicken folk.
Well, the Bakan Peninsula is there, yes. But there is a great ocean there as well. It's south of what the people of Zelk know as the Sinking Seas.
This Gold fellow doesn't sound like he ever learns his lessons.
What do we need to do in order for to prove we're worthy of not going back into a cycle?
I'm not sure. At the end of the day, he's the only one that will remember anything of any of it. Even we Galdlings get reversed in the process. We're the ones that he thinks need to learn the lesson. Well, not so much me, but the first four. Undyne, Salamander, Shaden, and Sylph.
Oh, Annika, didn't your father said like he was tired of the cycle?
Yeah, saying that a lot of things have been the same, but that this seems to be a lot of things are different. He's never been released from his prison, and now he's free. I keep being told that I'm a bit of an anomaly, so it seems that somewhere in the cosmic wheel of this one, a monkey wrench got thrown into it, and somehow I'm now a part of this.
Well, guess what? We're glad to have you. Wouldn't have it any other way.
Who was dumb enough to give a monkey a wrench?
Well, didn't monkeys invent it?
I thought dwarves did.
I'm not gonna lie.
Gnomes.
I only really remember about 2 of you from previous timelines.
Well then, it looks like this might be one of the odd ones out, and it seems like we've got a pretty good fighting chance of trying to figure out what this cosmic conundrum is. Maybe there's just a paddle somewhere with your names inscribed on it. We're just supposed to spank you with it and tell you bad gods.
The safe word is red.
I think I'm too innocent for this conversation.
They're all like,
thought of having the paddle the great god.
they're all making like these dirty jokes and stuff, and then like Vindane looks at Mika, and he like holds out a hand, and when you look in his hand, there's a little piece of honey candy.
Ooh, candy.
Vindane
If this
sort.
was back during the beginning of our adventure, I would say stranger danger, Mika.
Already eating it.
Vindane sort of shoots up. He looks you all over, and he goes, I think I'm going to report back to your friend Androx. Let him know what's going on.
Tell him I said hi and hope we see each other again soon.
Yeah, I'm sure there will be plenty of time for us to all visit and celebrate and see each other. As long as we survive.
Maybe knowing is half the battle.
Ugh, believe me. It's something, but it's not everything. Maybe if I knew everything all laid out nice and clean, it might help, but... And you can see he just sort of struggles with the fact that the knowledge that he does have comes and goes.
So even a godling can feel powerless at times, huh? She gives him like a weak smile.
I think You have no idea how powerless they all feel.
Being powerless gives you the opportunity to be brave.
Everybody can feel free to make an insight check if they'd like.
Insight.
How to pop out.
God
Yeah,
damn.
no.
That was so close to being in that one. That would have been the greatest moment of just comedy. The person who is a follower of this god rolling a nat one on insight would have been just divine
Yeah.
comedy.
I'm sure that to some degree, like, Graveheart's just like enthralled with the fact that like he's having a meal with his god and shit. Um, he doesn't notice it, but everybody else catches that like he was charmed by what Mika just said, and he like stifles a chuckle. But he, as he's standing all bit like before you all, he sort of just steps back, and you see him step into like a shadow cast by one of the torches nearby, lighting up your table. And he just sinks into the shadow and begins to disappear in front of you all.
Later, boss man.
He gives you a little salute.
He definitely knows how to make an exit.
Mika, you were mentioning about learning how to read and write, correct? I can help you with that.
Ooh,
Ooh, what was that?
you started like double playing, like repeating out of somebody else's mic.
Yeah, that was weird.
You're okay. Just finish what you were saying.
I was taught how to read and write, and not only common but a couple other languages. So if you will have me, I'll be your teacher, and I can help you with your journey of writing your story.
I will nod. Thank you. I do read some little books, but writing, I'm not very good at it. But then again, I didn't have a lot to say, and now I do.
Mika, while you're sitting here and sort of contemplating your journey thus far, why don't you give me a history or investigation check, whichever you prefer. Damn. All right. I will say there's something that sticks out to you. I'm not going to give you the answer, but you think back on how your journey began and you start to wonder why your village happened to be the one that was targeted.
Hmm. I kind of miss my village. I wonder how it's doing.
I mean, it wasn't too great when we left. Kind of a hole in the wall. Like, literally.
Yeah, I know. It's kind of crazy. Why would they even want to be there? There's nothing really special about it, only to me.
What if there's something that is hidden there that not even your people know?
I'm not great with history, but um there might have been a reason why we founded it or we moved in, but I don't know. A lot of places have like secrets. So maybe.
Does your village have any legend or folklore of the founding?
And this is where I'll ask.
I believe one of you has. I believe one of you has a book. Feel free to chime in if you are said person who picked up a book when you were in Mika's village. Because
I
I've
think I
heard.
picked up the song book.
yeah, I think that it was Anakur who picked up a book of legends and songs about the history of Mika's people.
Yes.
I
remember picking up the book of songs at least.
Yeah. I remember this coming up when you guys were at the lakeside cave. But if you'd like Anakur, you may pull out the aforementioned book. And upon opening it up and skimming it, there was actually a page that you had marked that you notice again. It was what you had read originally that talked about how Mika's people founded their villages, their burrows in the Alluring Weald, following Arin after the Great War of the Gods. I'll say if you want to glean some more information, because it's all written in prose and stuff as songs and things. It's clearly a bard's book. You can go ahead and give me an investigation if you'd like.
Alright.
And I'd imagine that is at advantage.
I need So my foundry isn't because we leveled up. My foundry isn't updated.
Oh fuck! I forgot to do that shit. Did everybody level your characters up?
No.
Yes.
Okay, I'm gonna start updating y'all's characters that have it done. So I heard
passive investigation of 21.
Okay, I'm gonna quickly. We don't need to update your name. That.
Do we have to? Okay. Do we have to do this in
Foundry?
D&D, or is it just Foundry?
You can do it in Foundry.
If you want me to roll, if you want me to actually roll, because you don't like, if the passive isn't going to work on it, like I'd actually need to look, I can just roll my D20 plus 11, because that's what my level 13 modifier is.
Okay. Anakur is updated. I think for like what it is, you are a bard. And you said your passive is what?
21.
I'll give it to you. So you're reading through this, and you like start reading between the lines on everything. It becomes really clear that like whatever happened in the war that the gods had was a very, very bad time. Like it sounds like everything was gone, pretty much. The legends spoken of in the book pretty much outline that the alluring weald was there to keep the people of Zelk where they were, to keep them safe.
Oh, well. Seems like any wars that the gods had, they ended in an essentially everything went kaput kind of no man standing type deal. Keys.
Congratulations, you are all now well aware that you are living in a post-apocalyptic timeline.
Oh,
I mean, civilization is still here. Thankfully.
Is it?
Valin,
maybe that book about the chicken was right.
Valin, think back. You saw a place that had like crazy stuff that you haven't seen anywhere else, advanced beyond anything you've ever seen.
I remember a place.
Oh, like Valen's eyes light up. It's the city in the way north, behind those
Bold?
behind the mountains. Sorry, I forgot what it's called.
Bold.
Mold.
You're talking about the place behind Seath's Arms?
Ah, with the
Yes.
robots?
Yes, that place is unlike anywhere else in the world. Almost
Uh-huh.
like this another time.
That place seemed like it was annoying. There was too many bright screens.
And too many shiny things I couldn't pick up.
Wasn't for a lack of trying.
Flashbacks to instructions about visiting immigrations.
There's like so many places, like I don't know, new information. So where do we go from here?
Southeast?
I think there was talks of a southeasterly trek. I mean, that would take us through the desert and take us
And a
near
sea.
home.
Do we have to go through the desert? Why can't we like take a boat and follow the coastline? There is like the mouth of the river to the south of us.
Even I just stare at Valen before looking back to our friendly lizard.
I, for one, am not one to want to be on a boat, but the like in order to get to the areas that they were talking about, we kind of have to go through the desert. It's kind of no matter which way we look at it, even if we tried to take a boat, we would eventually have to go through the desert.
It helps if you have a horse that you don't name.
If we're gonna be going through the desert, we need to be sure we're well prepared. We don't even know what's out there.
I know what's out there. It's my home.
Oh, sorry. I was thinking about the other desert. My bad.
Nope, they are referring to the Desert of Demons, which is actually a desert that you yourself have been to before, Valin.
Ah, well, if we let you and your friends there for too long, it'll be an ocean again.
I don't want to flood it again, please.
Sure, my mom wouldn't mind.
What's a horse with no name? Is that like a colloquial? I can't even say the word. Is that something you guys say a lot in the desert?
It's a turn of phrase because horses don't really last too long in the desert, so there's no real use in naming them.
Oh. Okay.
Camels are your preferred form of travel through the desert. They're faster than horses on the sand, and they can last for weeks without needing to drink from a fresh supply of water.
And axe beaks work well, too. Just avoid the sandworms.
Usually they do.
I want a camel named George.
Do you have a camel named George, buddy?
Ooh, or Clyde.
I don't think naming it Clyde would make the camel any cheaper.
You name yours Clyde, and I'll name mine Dell. That way we'll have Clyde Dell.
At least we'll have 1 horsepower.
This is the team that I chose.
Did you choose them, or did they get chosen for you when you walked through that door? As you guys are chit-chatting and discussing everything, the table slowly empties of food. The moon begins to, like, what's left of it anyway, get real high in the sky. Sort of like orbiting, like the 3 big chunks now are in this dancing spin with each other up in the sky, as all the little pieces start to cascade that you've been watching in this star shower above. For the most part, nothing big seems to be coming down. You don't feel anything shake like the last time a piece got thrown down. But it's about 10 p.m. at this point.
Well, Valin wouldn't mind staying up for watch if Mika would like to do the same, so that way Valin can teach Mika how to write in spare time.
I would love that.
Anakor is starting to play music and get a little bit of an actual lively dance going.
Yeah, there's plenty of inebriated individuals around that are having a hoedown to what you're putting down.
Anakor is going to use his new his new cantrip that he picked up, prestidigitation, to make the smell of sweet pies and succulent roasts waft by them to make them be drawn towards where he's performing.
Lynn is just looking around, asking the locals, like, "Hey, do you got any form of paper or and writing ink?"
Yeah, you find one of the people in the camp who's willing to part with some for a copper. What do I put on for this?
What I think is funny to me is that Valen went to go purchase like a quill and paper, knowing full well that I have a magical quill.
What did you say the smell you were creating was?
Like, one was like pies and like baked goods, and then one was like roasts, like roasted meats and stuff like that.
Oh, okay. So, like, even though you all just had a feast prepared of very natural foods, apples and wild greens and the like, you are hit with like being in a like a dance hall at an inn in a well-established city, the warmth of the fire, the baked goods, the hearty meals, as Anakur creates the smell and wafts it around, drawing everybody towards the dance floor. One of the hippies sort of floats like a cartoon character being drawn by the smell.
As Anakor sees like people starting to like crowd up, sees his plan is kind of working, he starts to play some music. He's playing on his new guitar that he had gotten, but he summons his mage hand to start strumming along with him on his harp. He is specifically looking out into the audience to see if he can't spot a certain red-haired gal.
I mean, you don't have to look far. She's been, like, in your orbit the entire night. Like, when you guys were eating, she was near you. Like, you know, you started playing music, and she sat down nearby and started, like, tapping her foot.
Valen is like, oops, sorry, go ahead.
Okay, go ahead. No, go ahead. No, you go ahead.
Okay. Valen is like just putting dots on the piece of paper to where if someone like connected the dots, it would like turn into words, kind of like a kid's writing practice thing for Mika.
You do
I see,
realize, Altha, not to, like, Mika does know how to read and write. She's saying she wants to learn to...
Ah!
What's that?
Sorry, that was my bad.
Because she said she reads. It's that she wants to be a writer.
I'm just not very good at like sentence structure and stuff.
Sentence structure. Okay, that's what it. That's what you. Okay. I see where I need to focus on my teaching.
Like
Now,
grammar.
here's a thought for you. Maybe you pull out one of your old books from the Church of Arin and, you know, you go over hymns with her.
Yes.
Here's
That's
good
cool.
writing.
Teach her the synonym rolls that your grandma used to make.
Those are the best.
As Encore is playing just kind of just random odds and ends songs that he heard. He plays a couple songs, lets the party kind of lets the dancing go for a little bit, but then he starts to slow it down a bit and he starts to bring it a little bit back, and he looks towards Bay and he swallows a very large lump in his throat, and he starts to address the crowd. Well, I've not been here very long, and it's been a bit of a raucous ride being here, and I can say that this has been a stepping stone in my journey that has definitely started to lead me in a positive direction. I've reacquainted with old friends, met new, saved some, and watched others explode. But right now, it's time for me to talk a little bit less about the adventure that is happening around us, and it's time for me to talk about the adventure going on inside. And he'll start to strum this slow, uh, little kind of like lighthearted but sweet sounding tune. And never could I know, but never could I see that my truest love, my light in life, was watching over me. I've sang so many songs for those I'll never meet, but when I saw you dancing there, it stopped me on my feet. Your hair like autumn dusk, your voice like summer rain, your eyes of deepest meadows I may never see again. You laughed with your heart and you danced with your soul. You filled us all with joy, and on my heart it took its toll. But soon enough I had to go, I had to make a way, to go and fight some evil and maybe save the day. And as I left that tavern and I bid my farewell, I knew that I would see you again, if only time would tell. But in that fleeting moment, I knew one thing was true. I knew that in my heart that I loved you. And then he'll start to pick up the pace of the song and start to dance around, and he will create, using prestidigitation, he will create three little images of Bay dancing from when they first met in the pattern in the tavern. They're only they it would be an image that could fit in the palm of his hand, but he just has these three little dancing images of Bay spinning around his head as he's singing.
Yeah, normally she's a very pale woman, but her face is probably about as red as her hair right now. And y'all can tell even in the like fire and bare minimum moonlight. But the crowd gives off a raucous cheer.
As he's as everyone's cheering, and he's kind of like seeing the reaction is helping him to relax himself. He'll walk over to Bay and he'll he'll go like he's gonna say something, but he'll just kind of shake his head and then he'll just lean in and kiss her.
Valen covered her mouth in a gap and like happy one.
The crowd cheers again.
I cover my eyes and then peer through my fingers.
And like for everyone, it's like it feels like in the maelstrom of everything that's been going on, it's like this one moment where time sort of slows down, and it feels like you're in the middle of like a movie, and for once things are calm and nice and beautiful. And as the emotions pinnacle, there's a splash, and the twisted head of a serpent rises from the nearby lake.
That's not good.
Do we all notice it?
Oh yeah, she's big. One sec while I set this
Of
up.
course, someone has to come in and ruin the good time.
Mommy's here.
Oh God, please don't be right. Please don't be right.
We don't need mother-in-law here yet.
Things are going by quick.
This relationship is moving really fast.
What's happening?
If you don't know today is your last, then maybe it should.
But there's a splash and crashing waves as the fire in the camp goes out, and the glowing red eyes of Undyne stare down at you as if possessed in the darkness.
Belen, she like looks around to the locals and just says, "Run! Get to the trees! We got this!"
You didn't have to say anything. They were already on their way out.
Okay.
True.
Well, I
Run,
guess
keep
she said
going.
that as we noticed that they already were halfway there.
Anakor will tell. He doesn't know whether or not Bay would stay and fight, but he's gonna tell her to get out of here too.
She'll nod and she grabs Meep under her arm and like runs into the nearby tree line with Winlith. And if Meep does show up, we'll just have him like run back to help because he refuses to let you all be alone. But yeah, as everyone else flees from yurts and trees, the four of you stare up at this twisted serpentine goddess who just seems to stare at Anakor.
He's gonna like lock eyes. I don't know which eyes are the main eyes, so he's gonna try and focus on on a pair of eyes, and just you must be mom.
There's a screeching noise, like metal nails on a sheet of metal. It reverberates through all of your eardrums. A painful to listen to voice worms its way into the front of your mind Anakor. And I'm gonna send you a DM of what your mother says to you. Give me a Constitution saving throw.
Love me that. Saving throw. Constitution +2. Let's go. Yikes.
Graveheart, your character sheet should be up to date. Did Valen and Mika finish leveling up their characters?
I
No.
I figured out how to do the leveling up, but not adding. I'm supposed to get like one more spell, but I haven't figured out how to do that.
Are you doing it on Beyond?
I can.
Oh, did you do
Make
it
it
on?
already easier.
I can import if you do it on Beyond, if it makes it easier for you. Valen, you're doing it on D&D Beyond?
I think I'm gonna have to like log into Beyond on this browser because I don't think I have it.
Okay, that's fine. Just let me know when you finish leveling up your characters, and I will import them. But Annika and Graveheart are up to date.
Awesome. I really wish I had some inspiration right now because I don't know what this is going to do to me, and I rolled a 9.
I offer you barbaric inspiration.
I offer you guidance.
It's a D4. I don't know if a D4 is going to save me. I'll be real with you. This seems like a DC 16 type of roll.
The heck? I can't access it on D&D Beyond.
Hmm.
Huh? That's weird.
So all you need to finish yours is to add a spell.
I think so, because that's what it said.
Figure out what.
I can add one more spell.
Okay, figure out what spell you want, and let me know, and I will add it for you. Just gotta finish typing up this message.
Figured it out.
Hell yeah.
The character was deactivated.
All right.
It said it in a very fancy way, and I was like, "What is it even trying to tell me?" And that's what it was telling me.
I'm gonna let you know, Alpha, that guidance will not make a difference even if he rolls max.
Okay.
That's what I was feeling. I was like, this feels like a DC 16 type of roll.
It was an 18. You take 10 psychic damage as your mind shakes in the just like inability to comprehend the language that you're hearing, but like it's being forced for you to understand it. Everybody else just hears just nightmarish noises.
My nose just starts bleeding.
Yeah, and then
Can I roll for tinnitus?
as this happens, the staring stops. The creature does like one of those like whale breaching things where it goes straight up into the air, starts flying, and then you watch it swim down into the water next to yurts and trees in the lake. And as it goes beneath, like as it breaches the top of the water, you're all fairly perceptive individuals, and your eyes have adjusted at this point. You don't see her in the water. So as she breaches the water, she disappears.
Onykur is going to like grab his head. His nose is bleeding, and he's gonna like stumble back a bit and drop to a knee.
Oh, talk about a migraine, man. Oof. Is this what it's like having a mom?
Mine wasn't a big serpent, so I don't know.
My died when I was pretty young, so I can't say much.
I always forget I'm in the party of anime protagonists. Ain't nobody got a happy backstory here.
But after the splash of water, everything's eerily quiet. Even the animals in the surrounding area make no noise.
Apex predator present.
But yeah, that Discord DM is what you heard in your head, Oniker.
What is like Oniker's like state right now from what the party can see?
Folded over on his knee, blood coming out of his nose, holding his head, mumbling to himself, repeating a message in his head, or a message that was forcefully beamed into his head. But currently he's just mumbling it to himself, like kind of like still recovering mentally, kind of like in a daze, just like, what is that? What is the seas? What is it? It's definitely a way to get a message across.
Well, then like goes over to him, gets on her knees and like tries to wipe the blood away and like I guess heal him too. Hey, do you need a like a chair or something to sit down on? If you do, I can get you there.
Yeah, I think I need to sit down. You were helping Mika with writing or something, right? You got some paper. I need to write something down.
All right, Mika, do you still have that paper I gave you?
Yes.
Can you please hand it over to Oniker? And she hands him a writing utensil.
I hand it over.
All right, and he then proceeds to start writing down the message that his mother beamed into his head, and I'll actually write it down and put it in chat. If this thing wants to actually, when I hit the spacebar, thank you.
I'm not the only one that has that problem.
Here, I got it.
Okay.
Valin's been begging me for a puzzle, so here you go. I'll put it in the main Discord for the campaign as well, in case anybody wants to look back at it at some point. And I'll pin it.
After Encore finishes writing all that stuff, he will then turn away from everyone and vomit a little bit.
Here, have some water. And I don't know if it'll help, but would a smoke help you clear your mind?
I definitely like the way you're going. That probably is definitely going to need to happen before bed, but I think we need to. I think we should get some rest and go over whatever cryptic sea serpent bullshit my mom bludgeoned into my frontal cortex. Does anybody else taste copper?
That's from the blood.
Oh yeah.
Did you say copper?
Yeah.
Okay, because that is not what I heard. I'll keep what I heard to myself.
Did my mom beam messages into your head too?
No, I heard poppers.
I just heard just like a bunch of sound messed together in a screeching way. And I think I have tinnitus now.
Yeah, it definitely sounded like that for me too, but somewhere in there were words.
Graveheart will take the middle shift when it's, well, no, the late shift when it's really dark.
Encore will get up and go to find Bay.
Yeah, you walk into the tree line, and she's not too far away. Like, she's almost on the other side of the trees, but she's like gathering people back together. And when she sees you, she like raises a hand.
Encore will walk over and be like, it's all right.
That was just a really big way of delivering a message. These gods really don't understand subtlety very much.
Well, seems like big things have been happening.
That's an understatement. Well, it should be safe for people to come back. We got some new information to go off of, but we definitely got to get some rest before tomorrow, because seems like this never-ending story has another chapter for us to read.
We're not going anywhere near a swamp now, are we?
Swamp was the last thing you did.
Yes, but the never-ending story was also mentioned, so trauma and...
That
Yeah,
was
we
what
got-
Valen was trying to do with her unicorn, constantly bringing it out in the swamp.
Yep, I wanted to be traumatized.
All right. So we have Valen said she'd take first watch. Graveheart, you're gonna take like watch before last, so like before the sun starts rising.
Yeah,
I will
yeah, when it
say,
gets darkest.
okay, I will say, this is the darkest night you have all ever experienced. It's eerily beautiful watching the like chunks burn up as they skate through the sky, but like I'm sure there's like a level of like fear of the unknown that is probably hitting everybody. But like, yes, it is darker than any night you have all ever experienced before now. There's very little moonlight. But after Valen, who's gonna take second shift? Or do you want to do Valen, Graveheart, and then somebody?
I can be second shift.
Okay. So if we're doing a 3-shift night, we will start with Valen. Go ahead and roll a perception or investigation as you keep watch for your shift. Valen, do you want to describe how you go about your watch?
Well, I can imagine if there's not many people around, she has Isolde out and like brushing and braiding her hair, and then like whatever the perception picks up on, she picks up on.
So you're not totally paying attention, but then all of a sudden you hear a twig snap in the tree line, and you turn around, and there's purple eyes all dotting the tree line, and you hear whispering, and then there's a familiar
Oh,
and then
little fucker.
and then it gets quiet as they all immediately disappear.
How close were they to Valen?
I would say I don't know where you were necessarily in camp, but like if you're looking at all of the trees surrounding the camp, it was like this tree line over here.
And I am the only one awake.
At the moment, yes.
Then I guess when the shift change happens, Valen, she notifies the next person what she saw.
All right. So you pass 4 hours keeping watch, brushing your soul day. And then you go to wake up on a cur. Or maybe it would be Graveheart, because Graveheart said he wanted the darkest shift, and I think this is going to be the darkest. And then Onakur can have third. So you would go and wake up Graveheart.
Hey, Graveheart, it's time for your shift, but keep your eyes out. From the tree lines, I saw purple eyes. We're being watched.
Sounds right.
Yeah, just don't go after a mocking tone.
Just like you don't go after a mockingbird.
Exactly.
Alright. Graveheart, go ahead and give me a perception or investigation for your shift.
OGaG.
Ooh. Yeah, you're on pretty high alert because Valen has informed you of what's going on. You like scan the tree lines, and you hear stuff moving in the woods all night long, but you never quite like catch a glimpse of anything. But you have a feeling that whatever you're watching out for is also watching you back, and you being aware is potentially keeping it at bay. But you spend the shift of 4 hours keeping an eye out until your shift ends, and you are able to go wake up on a cur.
And I tell on a cur, alright, there's pitches in the woods.
Isn't there always?
Purple-eyed bitches.
Well, all right. I'll make sure to keep an eye out.
Now I'd keep it in your head.
Graveheart, or not Grave, on a cur. Go ahead and give me a perception. I'm sorry, that was a real blunder on my part. Perception check from on a cur, please. You know?
Jesus.
You spot a
You can
very
hold it.
interesting looking frog.
Is its name
Should I have done
Jeremiah?
investigation for that? Because wasn't that an option for Graveheart as well?
What's your bonus for investigation?
Plus 11.
So you got a +2 on that one, so
So it would have been a 15.
I mean, everything seemed quiet for your shift.
Anakor will, as the sun is rising, because it's just the early morning, he's gonna light up a pipe, keeping his eye out, but he's gonna light up, and then once it starts to get more towards the end of his shift, he's gonna start playing some peaceful pan flute music.
I hear Fen in the background.
Alright, Mika, you should have Wind Wall on your character sheet now.
Cool.
You're just smoking your dragon bud?
Yeah.
Alrighty. You can go ahead and give me a Constitution saving throw.
Did Big Mama come back?
No, he's smoking weed. You are, like, you've been having a rough time. You are sufficiently baked. Like, you needed that.
Yeah. I'm gonna make sure that my character's long rested because I've technically finished my long rest.
Yeah, and after that, everybody can have their long rest. I don't know what would have happened to your spells. Unless you're, like, talking about what you've casted, or are you missing, like, spells off your list?
Missing spells.
What'd you do to your D&D Beyond? Because I parsed D&D Beyond to pull it. Make sure you have what you want prepared. I can reparse it.
Okay.
Spells is one of the things that I had it checked to update, so. Sounds like Kyle fell asleep. He said he's on his way. Yeah, if everybody wants to take a quick break, as you are all finishing up your long rest, we can get rolling again real quick here. When he
I'm just gonna go find Bay to have intimate morning times.
Ooh la la.
Y'all go for a walk in that, like, perfect morning light that, like, creates those fucking beams through the leaves and the trees.
He's really interested in seeing her hair in the sunlight.
I'm sure it's real gay after your moment last night.
Mulavu Avush. I can't remember the.
Smoke break.
Yeah, if anybody's got to use the restroom or tend to animals or the like, good time to do that.
Voulez-vous coucher avec moi ce soir?
Yeah, well, get you, yeah, dad, tad. Get you, yeah, he, or whatever Moulin Rouge said.
Mucha chocolate.
Should I put NPCs?
Yeah.
Should I put NPCs on the world map to keep track of where they currently are?
It might
Yeah.
help.
To your knowledge.
Sure.
Okay. At least the major
Do
ones.
like the Marauders map.
Valine wants to know where her
Are you
crush
needing
is.
outside? Outside?
You can write. Do you want Valin? You know what? We're taking a break, Valin. Here's my magical quill. Write your crush. You get 25 words. Make them count.
Those guys are there. These guys are somewhere in the desert.
Hey Daniel, do you think I should get restoration or regenerate for a spell?
What do they both do?
Okay, regenerate. Casting time 1 minute, touch duration 1 hour. You touch the creature and stimulate its natural healing ability. The target regains 48 plus 15 hit points for the duration of the spell. The target regains 1 hit point at the start of each of its turn. 10 hit points each minute. The target's severed body members, fingers, legs, tails, and so on, if any, are restored after 2 minutes. If you have the severed part and hold it to the stump, the spell instantly causes the limb to knit to the stump.
Talking about restoration.
Yes.
It's generally
Or
a good
it
one.
said regenerate, 7th level.
Oh.
Nice. Yeah. So it said what was the casting time for that? Sorry.
1 minute.
Okay, so it takes a minute to cast. So keeping that in mind, you could use it in combat, but that's you're leaving yourself out of combat for turns. But it's a good if you know you're gonna go into combat, it's a decent heal. If you don't have time to rest and you're like oh we need a good healing, that's a pretty decent one. And what's the other one?
The other one is resurrection. You touch a dead creature that has been dead for no more than a century, that didn't die of old age, and that isn't undead. If the soul is free and willing, the target returns to life with all of his hit points. Casting time is 1 hour, but need diamond worth.
Okay. That's definitely a good one, but it's the material cost that you have to worry about. I mean,
Yeah.
you already have a few spells that have a pretty high material cost, so you want to take that into consideration. And you also already I understand the resurrection is good for you could resurrect a skeleton as long as it hasn't been dead for a century or whatever. But you're it seemed that you needing to use spells to revive people has only ever needed to really be in an immediate basis, like somebody who has died recently. So, and you already have spells that can revive people that have a high material cost already. So I think that taking the regeneration would be good, because that losing a limb type deal, and that's a really great not only for like actual purpose, but like flavor, like regenerating someone, like if like I lost an arm or something like that, you could literally just hold the stump up, like the arm up to my stump, and be like, boop, it's back on.
Or you lost lost your tail.
I still haven't
J-
decided whether or not I want to be the type of lizard that just gets scared and drops their tail.
That would actually be good, like flavor context for role playing. Okay, and then I also have access to plane shift. Oh god, there's like a bunch of things on here for 7th level that are just... Yeah, regenerate sounds pretty good though.
Hello.
Hello!
Yeah, plane shift probably won't be super important for this game, I'm not gonna lie. Although, I might make it so that it works like you can use it to get between the islands, but I still don't think that you're gonna need that.
Yeah, especially because like we're only at one of the islands, we haven't even seen the others. Like, I figured that would be more towards future campaigns.
Hey, I'm not gonna stop you guys if you want to go off the fucking rails on me. Did you level up Meep on D&D Beyond?
I did not. What level were we going to?
13, I think.
Okay, I'll do that right now.
So I think all of the major notable NPCs are like in their locations on the world map now. Not like exact locations, but that you know of.
So I just looked. So I was just looking at my that new spell that I had gotten for myself, Rose. And it's a good thing that I looked at it. I only need to get the 4 strips of ivory once. The only thing that the spell consumes is an incense.
Okay.
So that's a good thing to keep in mind. But I will also have to keep in mind that incense needs to be worth 250 gold, which is worth more than the ivory.
Is it... So it just says ivory strips?
Yeah, 4 ivory strips worth 50, at least 50 gold a piece. They can be worth more, but they don't need to be.
I wonder if it's one of those things, like the flavor is supposed to be that you're like reading bones, you know?
I think that is what, like, it's the spell is legend lore. And it's one that I picked up because I was like, you know what, it's gonna be really handy for us, and it makes like my bard is the College of Lore bard, so like it makes sense that my character would be interested in lore, especially if I'm like trying to make music and stuff like that based on our journeys. And it's you name or describe a person, place, or object. The spell brings to your mind a brief summary of significant lore about the thing you named. The lore might consist of current tales, forgotten stories, or even secret lore that has never been widely known. If the thing you name isn't of legendary importance, you gain no information. The more information you already have about the thing, the more precise and detailed the information you receive is. The information you receive is accurate, but might be coached in figurative language. For example, if you have a mysterious magical axe in your hand, the spell might yield information such as, "Woe to the evildoer whose hand touches the axe, for even the haft slices the hand of the evil ones. Only a child of true stone, loved and beloved of Moradin, may awaken the true powers of the axe, and only with the sacred word Rudnog on the lips."
Moradin.
I'm gonna be burning incenses and asking information.
Hey Rose, I need help to figure out a spell that can be like cast in the morning that can be used throughout the day.
False life?
False life?
I don't know if you have access to that one, but that one is one that comes to mind.
I'll see if I have it.
The one that Meep used the other day is really good, but like that one has a really high material cost that you probably won't come across a lot.
Which one was that?
Feast.
The
Hero's
feast one?
Feast.
Yeah.
Right, when the spell says centered on a point on the ground that you can see within range, would that also include, like, say you put an item on that ground?
Yeah, I guess.
It would be centered on the ground itself, though.
Yeah, it's not on the item itself, so it's not like you like. So like, what is the spell you're talking about?
Magic circle.
Magic circle.
Third level.
Let me look. And remember, we're looking at legacy stuff only.
Yep.
10-foot radius, 20-foot tall cylinder of magical energy centered around a point on the ground that you can see. One or more of the following types of creatures in the circle. The creatures cannot willingly enter the cylinder by non-magic. Creature tries to tell must succeed. So you're saying if you put an item in the middle of the circle, would it be safe from a specified creature type?
Well, I was thinking more like having that spell on that item.
It doesn't cast on the item, but you can put an item within the field and have it protected. You can't cast the spell on the item. So theoretically, like if you did so, somebody could use Mage Hand and pick up a small item and get it out of a field like that, just as a way to get around it. But it is a good way to protect an item from a specific type of creature, if that's what you're trying to think.
That wasn't, but that's actually a good idea.
Yeah, or like, you know, it's kind of Like, let's say you guys know that there's a lich trying to steal a sacred item or whatever. You could use this to, like, cast your cylinder around that thing with the thing just on the ground in the center, and they won't be able to get into it without some extra means or passing that charisma saving throw.
And we are dealing with liches. No,
Yeah, and
I'll
that
do
was
that.
that was just an example because it says you can specify or choose one or more of the following types of creatures. So you can even specify more than one, but it says celestials, elementals, fae, fiends, or undead. You can also cast this spell and elect to cause its magic to operate in reverse direction, preventing a creature of the specified type from leaving the cylinder and protecting targets outside of it. So, as well, if you decide that you want to trap something in said cylinder, you have the means to do so as long as it is smaller than 10 foot.
All right, I'm picking that. We're capturing a lich.
You're
See,
after that lich, and I'm gonna step into the ring with it, and I'm gonna be like, "It's you and me now, pretty boy."
everybody look, this is what you do. You outline what things do for your players, and then when they use inventive ways to use that against you, you have to reward them. That's how the system works, and that's how everybody has fun.
Yep.
You don't get mad at your players for being creative. You go, that's actually a really cool way to use that. And then you kick the dirt and you do the cool thing.
All right, I updated my spells.
And then the barbarian can torture the lich into telling us where his phylactery. I said nothing.
Speaking
And then
of the
while
barbarian,
also using that spell, we cut off pieces of him, and then I regenerate them back onto him, and we do it all over again.
Okay, this
Was
is
your
getting dark.
goddess like that?
No.
This is going someplace that
Dark.
this is going someplace dark, Valin.
There's that Higurashi side of Alpha.
Oh, yes.
Have
You
you
know how
just
it
joined
says
the
that
Church of the
immediately-
Zealot?
Oh God.
Wait,
It states
I didn't
on the
hear
spell
both
that
of
it
you.
Immediately. Sorry, let you go ahead, Roy.
That wasn't me, that was Valen.
Yeah, me
Uh,
and you were, but he was
Rory
referring to
said-
you and me talking over each other.
Rory said,
Oh.
did you just join the Church of the Zealot? What did Daniel say, though? Because I didn't catch Daniel.
I was asking, the spell specifies that, like, if you take the limb and put it back on, it immediately reattaches it, like, right then and there. What if you put the limbs on backwards?
Or you put the limbs on in places where it doesn't belong.
Why are you guys Mr.
Or
Potato
belong in
Heading?
holes.
Why are you guys Mr. Potato Heading my NPCs?
There are limbs he's used to dying.
Hey, I want to chop off the lich's head and then regenerate it having his face regenerated on his ass.
You know, at one point I was like, it was really funny when Altha played that evil bad guy in Clifftop, but she's nothing like that. And then you say shit like this, and I'm like, goddamn, that is exactly what that evil version of Altha would have done.
Yep, but thankfully I have morals.
I hope you're just joking, because that seems so out of like what Valin would do as a character.
Yeah, I'm joking. Yeah, that's something Valin would not do.
Okay,
Not unless
think
someone like forced her to, or she's like brainwashed.
I think you are correct now. Make sure to check for me.
Make sure to be checking for yes.
In my country.
And then we just got to get Meep updated.
Hey, Graveheart, can I have one of your feathers?
Okay, this is weird.
I will
my
prune
character sheet.
myself.
Okay, what, Altha? Your character sheet, what?
I see 7th level, but I can't scroll any further. Like it just, the character sheet just won't let me
Pop it
see
out.
it.
Pop it out. There's a little square with a arrow pointing to the upper right hand corner in the upper right of your character sheet. Click that. It'll pop it out into another window, and then you should be able to scroll down.
Yeah, no.
Okay, because you do have regenerate in your 7th level slot. I can, at some point, I can set it up so it's on your hotbar if you'd like.
Oh shit, I forgot that was a thing.
Yeah, since you can't scroll for it, I can set it up on your computer, but I'd have to come out and do it out there. I can't do it from here. But you do have regenerate in your 7th level slot if that's all you had. Is everything else correct?
Yeah, just trying to remember what's the other spell that I picked that I'm just. Yep, okay, everything's on there.
Good, good. All right. Meep, let me know when you are finished leveling up your character. Graveheart, what was your response to Mika?
I will prune myself and hand over a feather, and we'll go. Don't give it to any fairies.
No, it's just gonna help me with my new spell.
I'm a spell ingredient.
Yep.
I feel like this spell is disaster.
All right. So, to recap, since we started without you, Meep, while you were gone, we picked up at the little feast that you were all having at the end of last session. Everybody sort of celebrated and had some food and relaxed a bit, and Onaker sang a song for Bay. There was a good amount of celebration. Everybody was having a good time talking about where to go next, theorizing. There was a little bit of chat with Vindane, who said he was going to head back to Zelk to talk to the party's friend Androx and update him on everything that had happened. And then Onaker's mom, the corrupted water goddess Undyne, burst out of the lake nearby the camp that you guys are at and beamed a message into Onaker's head. I have pinned it in the Discord, but the message was, "The sea sirens, come to my palace. Echo of my past, the light of west links palace east. At center of seas that sink, a palace of shell, our home."
That's awesome.
everybody sort of panicked and made sure everybody was safe. And you guys eventually settled down, had a long rest, and we are picking up as everybody begins to wake up in the morning, refreshed and a little bit stronger after your recent encounters. Did you finish leveling up Meep on Beyond?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to import your junk then. Alright, I think you should be ready to go.
Okay.
Double check everything's on there and let me know if anything's missing.
I'm just gonna rest a new day. Just make sure I'm. Wait, what? I'm just gonna rest.
Long rest. Throughout the night, it sort of looked like there was star showers as chunks of the moon sort of rained down out of the sky and burned up as they fell.
That's cool.
The moon last night was in 3 pieces that sort of danced and rotated around each other as you all experienced the darkest night any of you had ever seen.
Wow. Well, Meep was probably asleep.
Looks like we need to find a moon goddess to become the new moon.
But as sometime around 9 a.m. rolls around, everybody finally finishes taking their rests for the evening, and everybody's had their 8 hours. The sun begins to rise early in the morning over the northern horizon as it makes its way from the northeast to the southwest. What would you all like to do as you rub the sleepies out of your eyes?
I can imagine
Great.
Lynn trying to find a patch of flowers or around the cherry trees and kind of like meditate to Titan.
That's actually really easy here. They have a Zen garden on the far side of the lake underneath a bunch of the cherry trees. There's a bunch of like rocks and some sand that's been raked to look really pretty. Although it's a little shook up after the events of last night when the water splashed out of the lake.
Well, Valina's gonna head over there with her incense and holy symbol, and maybe some weed. No, definitely some weed.
I think Anakur also said that he was smoking this morning. You had failed your constitution save, so you're definitely feeling that. You have the benefit of your dragon weed that you know about.
Yep. I also said that after my walk was like done, I was going to find Bay to hang out for a while in the early morning hours.
I'm sure you find her like hanging her feet into the lake off of the like dock that the camp is on.
For the sake of the
Braveheart will be
roleplay,
having.
What was that, Mika?
I'm going to like go somewhere and then be like practice wind wall for the sake of like roleplay.
Learning your new spell.
Yeah.
So you start channeling this new power from the ley lines, this new magic that you've sort of been working on, and you're finally starting to feel confident with the ability to use it in battle coming up. Graveheart, did you have something you were trying to say?
Graveheart will be looking for some fish to.
Go ahead and give me that advantage survival check.
I think
With-
I'm also gonna go try to find some fishies.
Okie dokie. And then you can also give me a survival check. You can go ahead and give it to me at advantage as well, since you and Graveheart are looking together.
Oh, that was survival. Wait. That means I would have
So you rolled an 8. What's your bonus?
plus 10. So 18.
Nice. Yeah. You guys go fishing in this little lake next to the camp here, and you're able to pull out like a good amount of like bluegill and just like small freshwater fish, but there's a lot of it, and it seems really easy to catch. Like, these guys never fish here for some reason.
We're just catching their koi fish.
There's no koi fish, thankfully. Nobody has to
I think
break any
someone learned from
taboos.
that lesson.
We were literally just talking about that earlier today, I think, and somebody was like, yeah, it's not like gross to eat koi fish, but it's like a cultural taboo. So, hey, nobody has to break any taboos this time.
I'm not Asian. Much.
But yeah,
And technically they're a type of carp.
you guys are able to catch a good amount of fish. Everybody will eat very well for breakfast.
Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and just start preparing it for everybody.
I can imagine, because of how tranquil the area is, Valen is like still meditating in that Zen garden, and she's just in the zone. And maybe like Isolde is like taking a nap behind her, kind of like wrapped around her.
Isolde's your rock in the Zen garden that you're sitting on.
Well, like, I can imagine like leaning against like the side of her chest.
But yeah, you all enjoy a slower morning for once, and everybody's able to like reconvene as Graveheart and Meep are preparing some roasted fish for everybody that they got fresh from the water. I'm sure that one of them has some salt on them or something, and you're able to salt up and season up the fish nicely. There's not much around for like like cooking accoutrements, but like I think Graveheart has a thing that works as a pan, and you've got fire, so you make do.
I'll make.
Mika?
Go ahead, Mika.
I'll make some tea, and I will chop up some apple and like boil it in the water so it has like an apple flavor to it.
Ooh. Like a black tea with some apple, or?
Yeah.
Very nice.
I have a mess kit which doubles as a cooking kit. At least that's what it says in the description.
I have a cooking kit.
But you all enjoy a fine breakfast. You may all add 5 temporary hit points for the day.
Not complaining, but the map is so big now, I have to zoom way in just to see my character.
I like the effect of like zooming in and out and being able to like go like it feels like you're up in the sky and then you kind of like come in like on where you all are at. It's like kind of like a show. It's fun.
A little bit like that one show with the wall made of ice that was melting, where winter is coming.
Do 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 do. So yeah, as you all enjoy breakfast prepared by friends, you are now all sat back at camp together. The events of last night fresh in your mind, I'm sure. Bay's gonna look at Meep. She goes, I guess I'll start heading back today. But
Sure.
yeah,
Do you want me to give you a shortcut?
it'd be
I think you
appreciated.
should.
Yeah, it's gonna be quite a walk, that's for sure. Well, and a boat ride, but I'll make it. And I'm gonna let my parents know about what's going on out here because I know they want me back because they're worried about me, but I have to believe that they wouldn't sit in inaction as all of these things are happening out in the world.
Of course. Well, we can head out as soon as you're ready. Just let me know.
Just spread the word about the evil eye, and so people don't get fooled by them.
Believe me, I'm gonna do what I can to bring our circle into this fight. I can't sit by and watch the world get 5. I can't sit by and watch the world get destroyed.
Okay. How far am I able to take her?
You're talking about your tree. What is it? Tree walker spell?
Yeah. Let's see. It's 500 feet.
Alright. So you'd be able to send her to like the
Tree
next
stride.
town over, pretty much.
Wait, is it tree stride? Hold on.
Unless you had a different ability, and we were just getting mixed up last time too. It's always an option. Lord knows there's enough shit in this game.
Mm-hmm. And we can add more.
And I do.
Yeah, transport via plants is only 10 feet, so.
So tree
Yeah, we'll
stride.
do tree stride.
She's gonna like.
Oh wait, I got an idea. If Bay, if you are pure heart, maybe I could ask Isode to drop you off to the nearest town.
I don't know if I'm about ready to test my metal, like, see if my heart is pure or whatever. I don't know if I'm mentally prepared for that today. Also, wouldn't that mean that you'd be out a unicorn?
The unicorn, well, she found me to, I guess you could, I don't know, be my companion.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to take your friend, because it's a good journey that I'm going to have to take to get back home. But don't you worry, I'll be fine. And I've got Winlith. and she's gonna like reach down and she'll like ruffle the fur on Meep's head, and she'll be like, "And you keep an eye on my friends here. All right?"
All right, we'll do. We'll do.
And then she'll walk over to Anakur and be like, "And you don't go dying on me now after confessing your love." She gives him a smooch.
If a lizard could blush, Anakor would be blushing.
She druid
Is there wedding bells I'm hearing?
she druid crafts up some like snapdragons and hands them to you, and then walks back to Meep and lets him open up a tree for her and Winlith to head through. And on the other side of the tree, you all see visions of Cherry Town, way off in the distance for you all, but just steps away through these trees.
Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and cast it. I just rub my little hands together and press them against the tree, and a big portal opens up. All right. Well, you can always come back. Just say hi to everyone in the forest for me, please.
She'll give you a thumbs up. We'll make sure to come back with reinforcements.
That will be amazing. Thank you so much.
Winlith and Bay wave as they step through the trees. And as the portal sort of like closes, you just see like Bay give a slight smile at Anakur as once again they step out of each other's line of sight.
He winks at her as the portal closes.
She just chuckles.
Hey, Anakur. Once this is all over, and if you need someone to officiate your wedding, I or my brother can do that for you. She like winks at the like, let me help you, bro.
You got yourself targeted.
Will catch his throat.
Kyle, you got yourself targeted. If you hit T while hovering over your character, that'll go away. That's why you got a big orange on your head.
I was wondering what was going on with that.
Sorry though, Anakur, what were you saying?
No, at Valin's little comment about officiating my wedding, he'll like cough and like adjust his collar and be like, it's a little. We got other things we got to worry about. We got some note that my mom gave me.
Are you sure that wasn't emotional damage?
Otacor will just take the note out that he had written and will. So, this is pretty cryptic, but it seems to. We're probably wanted to head to the east. That's the best that I can put together.
Come to my light of west, palace east, center of the seas that sink, a palace of shadow.
Right, it sounds like we go west to go east.
Maybe
Isn't that
the
a
light
circle?
the light of the west might be the sun. Maybe the
Right.
sun will kind of show us where we need to go.
But it rises in the north.
Well, never mind. I don't know directions. I just kind of find my way around, you know?
That explains a lot.
Come on, I'm just a little guy.
Meep is so cute.
Well, you know kinda where we're going a little bit more than me. I've only traveled the road from the Weald over here, so.
Ah, well, I think we'll find our way eventually.
Do we know
Well, I'm
where the
glad you
palace is? It's somewhere in the sea, right? Because that's the first line.
So, a couple of you have mentioned the seas near Zelk are known as the Swallowing Seas because ships that sail too far south sink and disappear out of sight. So if you head over to the east, just past the desert, you'll see the sea south of Zelk, just south of Foreport. There's a light blue water that's the same color as like the water in the river and everything, and then there's some dark blue water. Any ship that sails into the dark blue water disappears.
Are we sure it doesn't? Could it be falling off the edge of the world?
It's a good
I can
theory.
turn into a shark or something. Check it out.
What if
Maybe
there's
go-
like an island out there that's hard to access?
I think the palace is at the bottom of the ocean.
Under the sea. Ah, where life is much better.
Uh-oh. It's Pilgrim's Traverse.
Up
You've been under the sea?
Right, no, it's just a song I heard from a crab once.
Lord Almighty. We're putting the kibosh on that one real quick. Oh my. Fucking Graveheart was having visions in the Fae. I don't know. So yeah. There's a good chance, and I'm just saying this as DM, your characters would feel confident that the part of the message talking about seas that sink is talking about the swallowing seas.
Yeah, I think it's probably the Swallowing Seas.
I just gotta give props.
I heard there was.
Oh, I know.
I heard
that
there
one.
was an
That one's
island out
right by
there.
my home.
So it's at the light of the west. What if there's like a lighthouse on the west side of the sea that could link to the palace?
Do we have to like travel into the deep part?
I will say, the map that you're all able to see right now is what you all know of the world, what the party has been able to gather as a group and contribute to the map that Vlyn, I believe, currently carries. So, the area to the south of the desert, y'all don't know what's down there. Same about this area over here to the southwest. Like, you all don't know what's beyond the tree line. But that's just because nobody in the group knows. So, I mean, if you fear having to travel someplace you don't want to go, you could always try and gather information about it. Or you can go and look.
Is the sinking ships like rumor, or is it something that we factually know that they sink?
It is factually known, and at least 3 members of the party would know very well that that is the case, because it was for the longest time one of the things that kept the people of Zelk from expanding past their home. Between the alluring Weald and the swallowing seas, the people of Zelk were trapped in the lands that they lived in. Which ties into everything you all just learned earlier about Mika's people.
Right, maybe we could head to the South Sea Tribe.
I was thinking heading into the desert, to the southern part of the desert, would probably be a good place to start. Probably hit up a place where I can pick up some material goods, and if we could pick up the components that I need, I can use one of my spells to get some more information out of this cryptic shit.
What do you need?
An expensive incense and 4 bars of ivory.
Is there really a Titan attacking the Blue Sands tribe?
Not attacking. That I have them out there because you know that those 2 are somewhere in the desert at the moment.
Oh, okay.
They aren't specifically at the Blue Sands tribe. They're just somewhere out there.
Says the DM as the DM's rolling attack rolls.
And then everything was on fire. The desert sands had turned to glass. No, it's all good.
I'm gonna roll a please don't. Please don't do that.
Hey, crying's always a free action. So yeah, there's plenty of stuff out there that you guys don't know of as well. So but yeah, if you guys want to head to the South Sea tribe, there are 2 people in your party that grew up in this desert, from 2 different tribes. The Desert of Demons has 3 tribes: the Oasis tribe, the South Sea tribe, and the Blue Sands tribe, that all have been at war for as long as they can remember. They don't know why they're fighting. They just do not get along. Onakur is from the Oasis tribe originally, and Graveheart is from the Blue Sands tribe. Blue Sands tribe is mostly made up of various bird people. They live in this giant tree in the center of a place with, you guessed it, blue sand.
Oh, I like trees.
The Oasis tribe lives in one of the 2 oases within the desert. The other oasis being consistently fought over, known as the battlefield. And there is one area known as the Hot Springs of Peace that is to the southeast of the battlefield, which is the one area that nobody fights over because everybody agrees that fresh water is a necessity to life. On the east side of the desert, there has been a giant skull for a long time. But the party would know at this point that that skull is not there anymore, but they are not quite sure where it ended up. To the northeast of the Blue Sands tribe, there's also a place called Raptor's End or Raptor's Rest. It is a pyramid, and it is a Bia the party is aware of that is currently aligned to Titan.
And Graveheart will stare intensely at Valin if Raptor's End is brought up.
Roland like just looks to his soda, kind of like with whistling.
Meep, you want to give me an insight?
Sure. Give me a second to find my little guy. Hey.
You're new
That's
to the
funny.
group, but like it's pretty obvious that something about this desert is a sore spot between a few members of the party.
Okay.
Mika seems sort of impartial about the whole thing, but like Oniker and Graveheart are like staring daggers into Valin for some reason.
So what'd you do?
Me and the party I was with, we did a really dumb thing, and we flooded the desert.
Oh, yeah, I heard about that. How'd you do that?
Right, they turned the pyramid into a boat. Don't know how.
That's kind of an insane magic. I didn't know that somebody could do that. I heard that, but I thought it was the doings of a god.
Might have
That's
been.
cool to know.
Did you shift the beer?
Yes, we did.
Maddox.
We did fix our mistakes and shifted it back, but yes, we weren't aware of the consequences we were gonna cause when before it happened.
Yeah,
Ravens don't fly or don't swim very well. Pelican had a great time.
Well, I mean, that's okay. I doubt she'll do it again. You know.
No, I ain't touching what I ain't touching it with a 10-foot pole.
But anyway, 3 out of the 5 members of the party would know very well that the easiest way to get from where you're at to the desert would be to cross the planks in Lost Reach. A small settlement to the southwest of where you are at the end of the river that crosses from the frontier over to the Desert of Demons.
Or just fly over the river.
Yeah, I mean, if you guys wanted to like go over the river somewhere else, Oniker would know that he has a group of friends just near the outlet of the nearby creek that comes from the very lake that you are all at the moment.
We could strap some logs together and make a raft.
That's something I might be able to help out with my druid powers.
I think a certain lizard is probably staring daggers at the bird right now.
At this point, Anakor's got like, he's trained his eyes to be like chameleon eyes. He's always got one just dead on Graveheart. If we wanted to cut across the river, I know near the the outlet nearby of this here lake. If we follow this creek, we should reach out by where my gnome friends live.
That works for me.
Sure. Do we want to try to make a raft?
Yeah, I
If
think we'd have a better
necessary.
time. I think we'd have a better time carrying him across.
I could turn into like a bear. Bears are good at swimming.
Yeah, I'm in the air. He doesn't like water.
Well, I mean, he could sit on my back though. I'm a bear. How deep's the water?
Yeah, there's a river.
Hmm. Let me see something.
Yeah, if we just start walking down the creek, we can figure it out on the way. Ah.
That sounds like a plan.
I'm not actually using this. I was just looking at something.
All right, so you all start tracing the creek down through the woods. As you come out of the south side of the tree line, there is a wizard's tower with a bright blue shingled roof. There is like a little moat that the creek goes around, and it's on like a little island in the center of the creek. Valin, you've been here before, and the last time you were here, there was a warmth to this place. You met the old man inside who wasn't exactly friendly, but he was an alright guy. As the tower comes into sight, there is no smoke coming from the chimney as before. The multicolored steam that once billowed from this place is gone. There's no light inside, and the door swings on the hinges, creaking eerily in the silence.
Looks like nobody's home.
As Valen sees that, she like, she like pulls out Arin's arm and kind of like, I guess like at a low enough level to where it's like not threatening, but easily able to strike something in defense as she slowly walks towards the tower, keeping an eye on her surroundings if there's any movement.
All right, you walk from the tree line along the creek to the south side of the tower, where there's a little bridge that goes across to the door. And as you get to the point where you can cross the bridge, you look up at the tower, and in purple paint, scrawled across the left side of the tower in front of you, you see a giant eyeball.
No, it's like without a second thought, out of concern, worry for the wizard, she just runs across the bridge. Not again, not again. Why do they do this to innocent people?
Graveheart will begin following, a look of confusion
Yeah.
and concern.
I'm also gonna scurry behind.
Valin, as you burst through the door, there's a puff of dust as the air unsettles dust that has begun to settle on everything. There's no sounds in here, and as you begin to search the building, there's no signs of anyone here. There's signs of struggle. You do find blood around. Belongings are thrown here and there. But there's no bodies. And it doesn't look like anybody got dragged out, like dead.
Is
Can I
there
do a
anything that could look like, I guess, damage from magic?
Oh, yeah.
Can I roll a perception check just to see if I notice anything?
One could make an investigation if they like.
Okie dokie.
This isn't going to go well. Oh, it wasn't dareable?
Nice.
It wasn't dareable.
Yeah, I
Goodness,
don't notice
terrible.
nothing. I'm just a little guy.
You spot a bug in the corner and it enthralls you.
Oh. Hey, I've never seen this kind of bug.
Valin is too worried to be making much of a headway in any direction. Holy
It's
shit.
interesting. It's interesting that one of the three most easily distractible creatures is one of the ones that got a decent roll.
I decided to actually roll this because I didn't feel like it would be fair to try to ask if my my passive investigation would do it, and I got a 19 with plus 11.
Yeah, as you come in, it's pretty obvious to you, Anakur, that, like, the members of the Eyes that have been operating in this area took this guy for some reason. Both you and Graveheart noticed that they took all of his books off of his shelf. They are scattered all over the floor. It's pretty easy to deduce from that there was something in his bookshelf that they wanted. Aside from just him, obviously.
Can I take a look at the content of what the remaining books are to see if I could discern, like, the subject that they took?
You grab a book and you open it up, and it is written in coded text.
Graveheart has an interesting. Well, player that plays Graveheart has an interesting question. Would there be any chance that Graveheart might be able to take a random stab in the dark and go, could it have been summoning magic?
Like, as in somebody summoned him away?
Or, as in the book could have been for summoning a god.
Oh.
Seeing that is what Vindane said happened to him.
Who knows?
Well, Vindane did say that it was a religious summoning used against him. So I don't know if this wizard living in the tower would have a religious text on Vindane.
He's a wizard. They like books. It's like, wizards are like magpies. They collect everything.
Anakor wants to look around for any incense.
I'm sure he has a good stock of that.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure the wizard's incensed.
Would I be able to do a roll to see if I could find at least one worth 250 gold?
I'm sure that you'd be able to find like 1,000 gold worth of incense in this place.
Okay, then I will store those in my bag of holding.
He's
Can I
probably
find any shiny?
Yeah, I was gonna say he's probably got other like items that are like casting components. So there's probably like a ruby and a diamond and some diamond dust.
About like maybe a crystal bowl.
Sure, there's a crystal bowl. It's gonna get consumed when you cast the spell anyway, so.
I'm gonna pick up the thing that looks like a diamond and stick it to my beak and see if I can scratch it.
Your
Is it a real
beak?
diamond?
It's-
Yeah.
It sure scratches your beak, that's for sure.
Right, it's a diamond.
Not like hard
Or
enough to
just, like,
actually like
Robbing this guy's
damage
house.
my beak.
He's not here, and it doesn't look like he was murdered here. I have no qualms.
Ah, and
Yeah,
we can
I
use it
mean-
to save him. Maybe.
Yeah, I mean, famously, when people aren't home, you can just take their stuff.
Finders keepers.
What if he's still alive? We technically would be stealing from him.
I think that the laws of maritime salvage dictate that after a treasure has been lost for a certain amount of time, it therefore becomes free dibs, or for grabs, as they would say. And the amount of dust that has caked onto the walls of this building, I think this man was taken at least a few days ago. And that, I believe, is enough time to say that this is ours now.
How much would I
No.
guess the diamond is worth?
How much is this gem worth?
I
On
have
one
jeweler's
condition.
tool.
On one condition, I will tolerate this. If we
What?
find him and he's still alive and we manage to save him, we give his stuff back, even if we have already sold it.
Oh, wait. How are we gonna do that if we already sold it?
Pay him back for the value of it,
Uh-oh.
and tell him
Oh.
where it was sold.
Maybe like a discount
there
because
is
we
a-
might be saving his life.
I was gonna say, I think there's a perfect world where I could talk to this man and convince him that, hey, we saved your life and we borrowed some stuff from your house in the process of saving your life.
Hey, Rose. From Valen's memory of this man, does he seem like the kind to just be like, yeah, you saved my life, you can keep my stuff that you have?
Absolutely not. The diamond is a transparent pink color and is likely worth around 5,000 gold pieces.
Oh,
Or 5
geez.
spells?
Unfortunately, if it is one gem, the amount of money only has to be at least 1,000. Even if you had a gem worth 5,000, that would still count as one casting medium for your spell. Unfortunately.
You could sell
it
it
up 5
and get
levels.
5 of them.
See, I wasn't talking about looting this man to sell these things. I'm looting this man for spell components that we need in order to save the world. So,
Yeah.
I
I think I'm
am
gonna
so
leave this
sorry,
bowl.
Oniker.
Yeah. I'm not gonna take anything.
All right.
I will hold up the
This
diamond
guy's
and go.
not a fairy. I have not much to worry about taking things from him without an immediate equal trade.
I will hold the diamond up and go.
Rat, don't we need this for a spell or something?
Huh.
And look at Valen. It's like,
Haven't I seen you use one of these before?
Rose, I don't remember if I've used the diamond to revive someone yet in this campaign.
I don't know if you have or not, but you do have spells that require it.
Yeah, I do have spells that require that material.
I could have swore someone had to be revived while Graveheart was in the party. It may have been while
I don't
Andros was
remember.
in the party.
I do remember having to revive the little girl, but that was done through other methods. Because she was outright killed. Because she was, like, damaged so much.
I'm never gonna live that down.
I didn't say your name. I wasn't trying to, like... I was just trying to say that, like, she was beyond the point that, like, the easy spells could bring her back.
It's okay. I cry about it when no one's looking.
You're all good. Welcome back, Mika. They're discussing whether or not to rob the kidnapped man's building.
Only of
Alright,
useful things.
I guess I was the one who put this on ball roll. It is now turned into robbery. I was just looking for incense for a spell. Everyone started looking for rare, precious gems afterwards, and now we're heisting this possibly dead man's tower.
To be fair, I am a Corvid.
You are a
Corvid.
liability.
Corvids look at shiny things and go, "Ooh, they're mine."
Yeah, that's true. I'm leaving mine. I'm not gonna
They-
steal from this guy.
They are
I don't
they are
have-
the kleptomaniac. Oh, sorry.
I don't really use money, so I won't
they're-
be able to pay him back.
They are the kleptomaniacs of the avian kingdom. Crows, ravens, rooks, magpies. Blue
But
jays.
yeah. So there's not a whole lot to really divine much past the fact that this guy had been taken by the Order of the Eyes. With Oniker's role, it's pretty obvious. But it's also obvious that he was not killed, at least not here. He was likely taken against his will because of the signs of fighting. But yeah, there's a lot of spell components about, and a lot of books scattered all over the place. But anybody who examines the books is going to find that they are written in a code, as this man is a wizard and thus wishes to keep his knowledge secret. So everything he's written is written in code.
Upon noticing this, Valen goes deeper into any books or anything that could hold a piece of paper to try to find maybe like a decipher type of paper.
A codex?
Yes,
Yeah.
the codex. Thank you.
You're all looking around, and Oniker did a really thorough job. Oniker is a spellcaster, and you've all probably met wizards before. I'm sure that Oniker would be able to inform you that it's most likely that this man's cipher is in his spell book, which he probably has on him. If a cipher even exists.
My last bit of knowledge is I want to Onakur wants to look around and see if there are any divining pools, like pools of water or a crystal ball anywhere that he might have been using as a divining medium.
There is a shattered crystal ball on the floor in front of a desk.
That would have been one of our only ways to track him. They knew or he maybe was using it when they started the attack and caught him off guard and it busted, but that would have probably been one of our only ways to find him otherwise, besides having something more personal to him. But a divining medium like a crystal ball is pretty attuned to the user.
I want to collect the rubbled bits of the crystal ball.
Hey Rose, so where is the location that the scuffle looks like it has started?
It's hard to tell where anything really starts. Even with like Anakura being able to sort of break down everything that happened, it's hard to say where anything began. And it definitely looks like the fight happened all over the tower. You know that this guy lived at the top of the tower, and like his bed's on its side, like the desk is like thrown, like there's like all of the drawers are pulled out and stuff. Like not only did the like fighting happen really bad, but like stuff is just like rummaged through. So even before you guys started grabbing things, like it's almost like somebody else like was grabbing things from here or looking through stuff.
I have an idea. Valen, she sits down on the floor, cross-legged, and as she does so, she closes her eyes, and as you feel that she's trying to call on Titan for guidance, at least where they should seek him. Oh, Titan. We asked for your aid once again. We don't need the exact location. Just all we want is the direction where the wizard is, alive, preferably alive, so we can save him.
You reach out to Titan, but you don't feel the connection that you felt back the last time that you reached out to him and he helped you.
All right. No response, which means we can't figure this out on our own.
How long ago was that? Was that because you can only do that once every 7 days?
Shit, I lost no knowledge.
Let's see.
I would say that it's been no more than 2 or 3 days since the swamp, and that was the last time we used it, right?
Yeah, so you wouldn't even be able to do that.
Okay, then retcon that then.
Mm-hmm.
Or it just fails.
Yeah, well.
Valen goes from praying on her knees to doing a backflip and standing completely straight up. I was never even there.
There's a resounding emptiness in your prayer this time.
Oh, I guess I must have used it within seven days. Man, all this adventuring is making me lose track of time.
I don't even know the clock.
But
Well, if it looks like maybe somebody else has been here other than the person that you know, that might have taken, do you think we should take some more of his stuff so we can keep it somewhere? Maybe your gnome friends or something? We can keep it safe there so nobody else steals some of this stuff.
Um, I'm not too sure that we really need to worry much about that. I mean, we could. It's This place looked pretty untouched before we came here. I think that big purple eye on the outside is a bit of a
Deterrent?
warning. Yeah, for
Okay.
most people, but
Okay.
honestly, we've got what we need here, and it would be better at the end of the day to just leave the stuff here, because even if we took it to where my gnome friends are, they're a bunch of stoners, and stuff might get misplaced. So
Pond?
Sure.
that crystal bowl that Meep was eyeing might end up as an ashtray. We don't want that.
Oh yeah, I understand. I'm gonna leave that here though.
We might need it to stay alive and save him and the world.
Okay, you
Not
talk to me.
looking shifty-eyed in the least.
Meep, I get down and I put a hand on Meep's shoulder. When the time comes and we run into this wizard, if you've used the bowl already and he does ask for payment back, I will take care of it in your stead so that you have none of that weight on your conscience. All right?
Meep takes a big breath. He's like, okay, well, all right, just in case we need it. And I'm gonna take the bowl and kind of put it in my little bag.
Gives him a pat on the back. All right.
All right, thank you.
As soon as we step outside, Encore, he's stealing. He's stealing. I wouldn't do that. Onward to southward. We should probably at least close the door on the way out. I'm going to leave a mage hand on the inside of the door, and then when we leave, I'm gonna have it lock it behind us.
all right.
Can I sort of like overgrow some plants onto the door or something to kind of keep it closed?
Yeah, you got Druidcraft, right?
Yep.
By all means.
Yeah, I'm just gonna kind of wrap vines up the side so the door stays closed.
Yeah, you guys shut things up and seal it up so that nobody's bothering it anymore. And the sound of the door slamming and squeaking against the hinges is silenced. And there's a chirping of crickets nearby.
Oh, more bugs. I have seen these kind.
Onakor is going to use prestidigitation to destroy the symbol of the eye that they had painted on the tower.
Yeah, you cleanse the purple paint from the side of the building. like a power washer cleaning the gunk out of the cracks in stone.
Oh god, I make one section look way cleaner than the rest, so then I just get lost in it. I have to go over the rest of the tower now. I'm kidding.
We're now locked into Power Wash Simulator,
Power
the
Wash
D&D campaign.
Simulator.
But yeah, things look a lot more peaceful after you finish up tidying things up. I assume from there the party travels the rest of the way down the creek, and you find yourselves at the river. Between the creek and the other side of the river, there's the river's about 10 feet deep in the middle, probably. The water is very fast here. There's rapids and things, but there are a lot of rocks lining the path between here and the other side. So one could potentially hop their way across. But looking at the water, it's probably not safe to swim.
I can definitely carry one of the small people.
How far across is the river?
It's probably let's see. It's pretty wide. Like, it's not super deep, but like it's pretty wide. Cause like further up the river, they have enough distance to get a ship through. So I imagine that like it's like 100 feet or so.
Okay. No misty stepping over.
I mean, if you wanted to use 3 Misty Steps, but that's a waste of Misty Steps.
Yeah.
I have Hypnos I can fly upon, and he can carry at least one other small creature.
I can fly and carry someone small too.
And your unicorn is also capable of carrying Mika.
Okay.
Yep.
I'll take a flight over the river.
And through the
Alright.
woods?
I will.
I
Hypnos
consent
has
to
been
being
just
carried.
asleep on my horn. Hypnos has just been asleep on my horn this whole time. I wake him up and have him go full sized, and then I get on his back, and he'll pick up the willing raccoon.
Thank you.
You get grabbed by the biggest owl you've ever seen.
Whoa. We've talked before though, so I'm not
Yeah.
very intimidated by it.
I don't know if you've seen him big, because he changes size.
Oh,
so
true.
normally he's hanging out on Onakur's horn, but he's very big now. He's big enough for Onakur to ride on him. They kind of like trade, you know? One rides around on the other for a little while.
So that means that at full standing height, he would be at least 8 feet tall. Hypnos.
Whoa.
At full standing, he would be an 8-foot tall owl.
Just don't crush me with your feet, please.
You're probably inside like 1 foot, and he's before he takes off, he's probably like standing on 1 foot and holding you in the other. And then there's like a big gust of wind, and like some sand kicks off at the side of the river as he like bats his wings and takes off with the weight of Onakur and Meep. And as Valin summons Isolde for Mika to ride, Isolde like takes a knee for Mika to hop on her back.
Thank you for your help, Isolde. She like bows politely to her.
I'm extremely happy.
I can just picture the little mouse scurrying up the side of the, like, pristine white unicorn. And then Isolde does that thing once you get on her back where she starts, like, trotting, and she just lifts up into the air. Her hooves come off the ground, and she passes over the river with Mika on her back.
And Valen is like flying right beside them.
Yep, Graveheart and Valin follow behind on their own wings. And as everybody makes it to the other side, Onakur, you see where your friend's old house used to be? There is not their old home there, but there is like a new house, like sort of pieced together here. It looks like some sort of like makeshift shed, and there's a bunch of like plants growing all over it. There's like a bunch of weed growing nearby, and like just all like there's drugs everywhere here. Like if you can grow it, it's here. But like as soon as you all land and are within earshot, you hear a bunch of gnomes just raucously making noise from inside of this shed.
I'm going to just essentially like how when a friend comes over after a long time, just like standing outside, and I'm just going to shout out the names of my friends. I know one of them was Bubbles.
So y'all
What are
watch.
the other ones?
You watch Onakur stands up and he goes, Ricky, Julian, Bubble, Jay, Bob. And these 5 gnomes all like rush out. One of them in Houndstooth is carrying this huge bottle. He's got like almost a pompadour thing going on. There's another one that's got like a glass of whiskey. And then another one with just huge fucking bottle glasses. There's one with like really long hair in a beanie, and another one in a trench coat. And they're all like, Onakur! And they're all like wrestling him and shit, and like handing him like alcohol to drink and stuff.
Oh, and he's as they hand him shit, he's drinking it. They hand him a joint, he smokes it. He's got like one on each leg and one weighing down his arm, and he just like puts the joint in his mouth, grabs it from his arm, like tosses them to the side, starts just picking up his friends, holds 2 of them upside down by their legs. You guys never get old, do you?
As you're all watching, all but one of the gnomes is like not shutting up. They're all just talking 1,000 miles a minute. The bottle-dyed glasses gnome picks up a cat, like a fat cat from nearby, and starts like taking it to the other members of the party. Look at this! This is a damn fine kitty right here, isn't it?
Bubbles, you and your cats.
But yeah, like next thing you know, there's a gnome like pestering each one of you. Like you have the most peer pressure any of your characters have had in your lives to do drugs right now.
Meep does not do any drugs. He's a high on life kind of raccoon.
One of them was gonna hand Meep a mushroom. He says no, he's good. He just shrugs and eats it himself.
Thanks though. I like other kinds of mushrooms, like ones that don't get you high.
There's plenty of food around too. Probably like some berries and things. There's a good chance that they're making their own alcohols. Uh, Valin, this is the second time you've seen these gnomes. You didn't know that they were Oniker's friends, but you've met them once before. And the houndstooth gnome comes up to you knowing you and wraps his arm around you and goes, "Ah, back for another round of Gara Gnome, eh?"
I'm sorry, just wait. I didn't expect Honor Kerr and you guys to know each other, so sorry I'm a little flabbergasted.
Yeah, these guys practically raised me. Their family was one of the main reasons why I didn't go insane living in the Oasis tribe. The Oasis tribe was all work and religion and war, and I just was never really about that. And one day when I was out just being a kid wandering, I got lost and ended up running into Bubbles and his brothers, and ever since then I've been like a part of the family. I've just been the brother who took all the height, as you can see. Some of them did take the good looks though.
Oh shit, Oniker. I they your sister.
Oh, don't worry. Don't you worry your head about that. We got that taken care of. It's a bit of a long story, but she's she's with family now. She's safe.
They'll like look at each other and then they look back at you. You sure? They turned her into a dragon and she completely destroyed the Oasis tribe.
Oh,
It all burned.
yeah, I'd heard about that. We haven't been back that way. Really was kind of hoping to avoid it, bad memories and all that. But yeah, she's we friend of ours, a group of friends. They were able to defeat her and free her. And oh boy, I've got a lot. I've got a lot to tell you about some stuff that I found out. I figured out who my parents are, but that's a whole different can of worms. But to kind of keep it a bit short for now, uh, she's with my dad. She's with our dad.
The gnome in the houndstooth shirt bumps Graveheart in the arm, smokes. He holds out a hand.
It's easier for edibles with me. The beacon all.
I just want to say something to you guys. Just she like give like a very like deep polite bow and said thank you for being there for Oniker while he was growing up and being good role models. I don't think he would be who he is today without you guys.
They all look really awkward at that. One of them holds a bottle out to Valin.
Okay,
And
thank you. And she like um awkwardly accepts it.
Jay looks at you, Oniker, and he goes, "You doing okay? I don't know how I'd take it if I found out my whole home was destroyed."
Uh, if I'm being honest, you guys were more of a home than that place. And like I said, with me finding out who my parents are, I've learned a bit more about what home really is, and all of the all of the stuff that I've had to deal with in these months has been far more of a shocker to me than that place going under. I mean, the tribes being at constant war, there's just one bad slip away from one of them being wiped off the face of the earth, or disk, or island.
Not sure what that means, but glad you're doing all right. And with that, we will draw to a close for tonight and pick up here next time. Thank you to anyone watching on Twitch or on YouTube later. Remember to like, comment, subscribe, all that jazz. And have a good one until we see you next time.
See you in two,
Night.
peeps.